are watching Africans in London TV, in short, AIL TV. Africans, African Caribbeans, and people from different backgrounds marched through the streets of London, heading to the Libyan embassy to send a clear message to the government of Libya. And the message was very simple. African people or African migrants in Libya are not for sale. And the trade must end now. Thousands of people marched through the streets, chanting, "Shame on you, Libya. Shame on you, Libya. African people are not for sale, and the trade must end now." Although it has taken so long for people in the UK and France to react to this story, but the story is not new. It has been reported in the past. For example, Ross Kemp did an hour-long documentary about the sale of African migrants in Libya. In fact, people are reacting to the image posted on CNN's blog. Now, migrants from sub-Saharan Africa have experienced, endured many hardships and humiliated under Gaddafi's regime. Now we need to ask ourselves, was Gaddafi a friend of Africa? Since the people we are talking about, they're Africans, and how is it possible for an African to be a refugee on his or her own continent? But to make it even worse, how is that possible that we have got slave markets in Libya today? One thing you have to bear in mind is this. Many migrants streaming into Libya come from all over Africa and the Middle East. Now you have got migrants coming from Gambia, Cameroon, Eritrea, Niger, Nigeria, and Sudan, and many other parts of Africa. But also, you have migrants coming from Syria, Jordan, Yemen, Iraq, and many other parts of the Middle East where there is no stability. Now you have to ask yourself this. Why is it that we do not hear of a marketplace set up for Syrians, Jordanians, Yemen, Iraqis, and so on? Concluding my story, I must go back to the march. At the Libyan embassy, there were so many speakers expressing their disgust of what is going on in Libya.
So we have a plan, and our plan is we are going to put pressure everywhere that it matters. We are going to pressurize the African government. Slavery has to end now. African lives matter. We are brothers. We are brothers. We are sisters.
The only way we can change it is if we come together and unite.
This is the time we have to come together. We have organized days to bring all our people together.
But one question came to mind. While all these people in the UK, people in France, they are demonstrating and they are chanting, "Shame on you, Libya. Africans are not for sale." I want to know, where are the African leaders? What are they doing? And most importantly, where is the African Union? Because the African Union is the body that is supposed to be solving Africa's problems. So can we put faith in African Union? Please, if you have an answer, just get in touch with me, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, AILTV Online, space YouTube. This conversation must continue. The fight against African slave trade must continue. Marching is a very great idea, but we have to find other ways of fighting the injustices that are imposed on Africans.